Ooh, Maleficent MAC, She Who Dares watercolor paint. Let's do it. Step 1 is to carefully remove all of the product from the compact, and before you get super mad at me, this is both expired and was donated to me specifically to turn it into watercolor paint. Moving on, I scraped as much as I could out with a little spoon, and then I'm following it up with an old makeup brush to get as much product out of here as possible. My next step is to chop that stuff up party style and turn it into an incredibly fine powder so that it'll make an easier to go together watercolor paint. Those words were not supposed to be in that order, but this is the results of cold medication. Now this was a whole lot of pigment, so it took 4 watercolor spoons to equal the amount of pigment that I'm working with, and then I'm using my palette knife to combine those two things. The liquid was watercolor binder. Now that everything's combined and the binder kind of shows off what's actually going on here, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It's like this super rich, deep, sparkle, midnight blue. Yes. Yes, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. And you guys, there is so much paint here. This compact had so much pigment in it. Holy moly. Your next step after you've combined it with your palette knife with your watercolor binder is to use a paint muller. And if you don't have a paint muller, you can use any glass object with a perfectly flat bottom. And the surface that I'm working on is also glass. And if you don't have a glass work surface, thrift yourself up a glass cutting board for about $1. They do a great job. The purpose of the paint muller is to further incorporate the two materials until you have a nice, perfectly smooth professional watercolor. After you're satisfied with the texture of the watercolor that you've made, and to find out if it looks good, go ahead and make a paint swatch. You're going to take all of your paint and put it into the container of your choice. I'm choosing to put it back into its original compact because I think it looks super cute that way. But the trouble is, this made so much paint that it doesn't fit into the compact. So what I'm doing here is taking all of the remaining paint, putting it into another little jar, and then I'm sealing it up with a piece of tape so that when the big compact dries down, I can add more of this wet paint in it to top it off. Now these swatches are pretty incredible. It looks just as good on white as it does on black, and I'm incredibly pleased. So you know what? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Mac, you make a really nice watercolor. And if you guys wanted to send me some stuff to make more, I'd be cool. I'd be good.